Hey everyone, this is Carmen from CarmenMasterPure.com and the CopywritingFox.com. Today I wanted to make a video that I know a lot of freelance writers can probably relate to and learn from, which is deciding on a freelance writing rate, because there's per hourly rates, per word, per project, and every client wants something different. Sometimes it can get a bit confusing, and I just want to go over some benchmarks, what I do, and hopefully by the end of it you can decide once and for all your exact rates and you can make your projects go a bit more smoothly. So to jump right into it, blog posts, something that I know I write a ton for my clients, and you probably do too, or at least maybe you have. And blog posts, something I've noticed is that they tend to be a bit underappreciated. Upwork and different websites, they've kind of made them undervalued and really just like disposable. They're everywhere. But the thing is, like, a really good blog post is going to generate organic traffic, it's going to get you leads, which can eventually convert into actual paying customers and lead to revenue. So I think blog posts are very undervalued, they're very underrated, and when they're written by the right person, they can make a lot of money. So now the Professional Writers Association of Canada says that ghostwritten content should always be charged about 2 to 3 times the normal amount. Now I would suggest that if you're writing blog posts, you do not charge any less than 10 cents per word. So if you, let's say, write 500 words an hour, that's going to come out to about $50 an hour. So it's actually a very, very good rate. You'll make a lot of money that way. And even if you charge a lot, 20 cents per word, 25 cents per word, even more, you want to think about how it translates into an hourly pay, because you can charge a lot more, but if it takes you like dozens of hours to write a piece of content, edit it, etc., research, it might end up just like being minimum wage. So definitely kind of think of how that per word translates into a per hour, and if that meets your standard of living. But with blog posts, don't go any less than 10 cents per word, and they typically don't go for much more than 50 cents per word. I've noticed some of the top writers might charge $1, but that's more in journalism. But that's what I would say about blog posts. And if you're ghostwriting, you don't get a byline, feel free to charge more. So now, where the real money's made at in writing is definitely copywriting. So copywriting is just pretty much the practice of writing business material, or writing to sell, so to speak. And people can get paid tens of thousands of dollars, if not like 6 figures, for sales pages, sales letters, landing pages, material like that, because there's kind of a general idea that the closer you are to the point of sale, the more money you can make, because the more responsible you are for helping the client make money. And it's all about the ROI. You charge $10,000 for a landing page and you make your client $100,000, everyone's gonna be happy, everyone wins in that case. So it's all about the ROI when it comes to copywriting. And always pitch that to your clients, is that it's a real investment. If you do it right, it's going to pay off a lot. Now, once again, the Writers Association, they had some benchmarks. So for advertising material, it's about upwards to $500 per page, $1,000 for brochures, and then overall $75 to $150 an hour. And then advertorials, 40 cents to $2 per word, or about $100 to $3,000 per article, $40 to $100 an hour. And then newsletters, if you write email newsletters and things of that nature for your clients, usually it's pretty similar rates. It's like 30 cents to $1.50 per word, $400 to $6,000 for one issue of a newsletter, and then it comes out to about $50 to $80 an hour, depending how you want to do it, per word, per project, per hour. But copywriting is where the real money's made in writing. So if you're looking to make more profits being a freelance writer, try to pivot into that so you can pick up some good copy clients. And then copy editing. So this isn't the most profitable form of freelance writing, even though you're not really writing, you're editing. But it's enjoyable. I find it's a lot more relaxing. I've done a little bit of editing myself, and essentially it's usually $30 to $60 an hour. The association says $500 to $20,000 per project. Obviously, it's completely based on the scale and the scope of work, but it's a bit more relaxed of a service, and won't make you as much money, but still $30 to $60 an hour is the average, and that's still a very, very fair wage. Now, very similar is proofreading. Now, proofreading happens after the editing's done. It's just pretty much to polish it off, make sure that the editor didn't even make any mistakes, and confirming that it's ready to actually be launched, whether that's a blog post, newsletter, sales letter, whatever it might be. And the Editorial Freelancers Association actually said that it's usually $30 to $35 an hour on average for proofreading. So if you're doing proofreading, use that as like a general benchmark of what you should be charging people. Now, some other factors just in general that are going to go into how much you charge. One, your portfolio. So how big is it? Do you have like any big names, big impressive names? I know for myself, like once I landed GQ, Neil Patel, and different things like that, like I upped my rates automatically because, you know, it's not about name dropping, but just in the sense that if a big brand's going to work with you, it kind of just says, you know, more than likely you're probably a good writer and that they trust you and they have high standards and you can meet that. So it makes sense that the more impressive your portfolio becomes, the more you should charge. And you're going to attract bigger and bigger clients because of that. And then, of course, how long you've been writing is a very big influence on your rates, because the longer you've been writing, the more skill you have, the more expertise you have. You know, you're going to be able to write in different tones, different styles, voices for different audiences, and that's going to allow you to be a lot more versatile and useful for a client. And then, of course, the scope of work. You know, I really believe in being flexible. You know, it's a great thing as a freelancer owning agencies, is that you can be flexible. You know, your rates don't have to be set in stone. You know, for example, I normally charge 25 cents per word for a blog post, but there's some clients where I charge 20, 15. Like, it's just, you know, maybe they need less research and I can write the pieces way faster, so it's okay because it would kind of equal out to just as much money if I charged more for a piece that required a lot more research and time. So also consider that, like, if it's going to be easier on your end and it's just, you know, the client genuinely doesn't have the budget, you know, don't drop them, as long as, like, it once again allows you to keep living life comfortably, you know, living to your standards. So I actually wrote a full blog post on this. If you want to see it, on the copywritingfox.com, you can check that out. I go a little bit more in depth and you can see all this in a nice blog post format. But, you know, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to watch more, and I'll be producing more of these videos. So see you in the next video. Ciao.